أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء آمين الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين Whoever sits there will serve. Yeah. You will serve. MashaAllah.
Oh, your face, sorry.
Yeah. So whoever serves is the master of that community. Whoever receives service is the slave of that community. We have to understand that. Really, this is Islamic virtue. So we have to serve in order to keep our human dignity. Now the civilization shifted. If you sit somewhere, if someone serves you, they say you are dignified. The one who is servant is looked down. Isn't that true in the society? But the Islam said, no. Whoever serves is the master, is the honorable man. Whoever sits there is waiting for another person's service is the slave. That's the concept. Revolutionized concept. That's why it really, when the Prophet Muhammad brought his message or transferred the message he received, people first were puzzled. What is he talking about? He is just really putting everything upside down, what we have learned so far through our inherited culture. Now, to be dignified, we have to sit and wait somebody will come and serve you. And he said, it's not a human being. That the real human beings serve other creatures, beings, and then they say we have to be respectful to trees, animals, atmosphere, and environment. Okay, but you don't respect yourself. You want others to serve you, and then we have to be respectful. It's a contradiction. Why you should be respectful to animals and plants while you are expecting other human beings to serve you? Then you say, we have to serve the animals, we have to serve the plants, we have to take care of them. Contradiction. Do you notice that? It's contradiction, doesn't work. But what Islam teaches is really compatible. Alaikum salam, please. Get your seat. The first line must be late comers, jump there. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, La uhibbul afilin, still we are talking about this verse. When it set, Abraham said, I don't like that which sets. Transient things, we don't like. So, when we have the right attitude, which is called here the guided, people of guidance, when we have the right attitude, then the word will have different meaning or will appear to us in a different way. The author is not continuing how it works in the eye of the one who is not heedless. Yeah, who is not heedless. In the eye of the person who is not heedless, it means guided or those with easy heart, or we said those with a heart, with peaceful heart. It means very simple. Peaceful heart means not contradicting yourself, your reality. If you peaceful heart, if you don't contradict yourself, you have a peaceful heart. You have a peace of heart. If you contradict yourself, I shouldn't do that, but I'm doing. Yeah. For example, this is wrong, but I am supporting. This is wrong, but I am supporting. Do you feel comfortable? Yeah. That is, people of guidance means this. So for these people, the third line from the book here. The mind, human intellect, third line. That's the second table, third line. Okay? Are you on this right page?
Yes.
Yeah.
The mind
The
became
mind.
the key to treasuries.
Correct. Yeah. How? The mind became the key to treasuries. Now, the mind we understand, human mind, human intellect, power to think. And it became the key. Key means it itself it means nothing. You have the key with you, is nothing. But when you use it to open something, it is everything. It is worth the whole, what the door opens, whatever the room has, it is worth it. If you don't have the key, you cannot get into the room. But if you have the key, you may get into the room. Key itself has no value. But when you use it, it has value. The human mind is a tool. It's a key. Key to what? Treasuries. What are the treasuries? What is human mind doing? What are the treasuries?
Real.
Sorry?
Finding the reality of things.
Finding the reality of things. Okay, but reality of things is a very general word. It's correct, but very general word. Can we explain this? What is the reality of things?
Maybe utilizing it to understand what he or she is experiencing and then further conforming the theories of whatever it is that comes to the mind with the experiences that he or she is experiencing.
Yeah, that's correct. That's the approach or how the mind works. Yeah. But what does the treasuries refer to in this context? Treasuries, because it is the key to treasuries. Treasuries, where are they? Do you think we are treasure hunters? Yes, we are. What are we hunting? Are we hunting for golds or, I don't know, something left from Egyptian pharaohs or the Ramesses?
It's perception.
Sorry?
It's what you perceive to be a treasure. That's why the mind is the key.
Okay, this perception. How are you going to get this pressure? This is perception, your perception, perceiving the treasure. But where the treasures are to be found?
In Revelations.
In existence.
Let's set this one. You come to that.
Finding a peaceful heart.
But treasure.
Yeah.
So I will find the treasure, discover the treasure. So I will reach the peace of mind or peace of heart. So the revelation is at the same time correct, but at the same time needs explanation. How do we understand what do we understand from revelation? What is revelation? Who is revealing what? Just say. You claim that you are an intelligent lady. Ladies also have brain idea. So we hear that, really. Ladies might also work sometimes. That's a joke. Yeah. Okay.
I think the treasure is finding the truth, and in in the what was the question that you asked?
Revelation.
Revelation. What is revelation?
What
Who's
is
revealing?
revelation? So, revelation means something reveals something which is hidden.
Right.
Yeah, for us. So it will be a revelation for us. So who is revealing what to whom?
Allegedly, the creator to the created.
So the creator, allegedly you say, that's what is said or vocabulary means. For example, if a person comes and said that I know the reality of this world, I know the truth, the absolute truth, God revealed it to me. Right? That's why you say allegedly. How can we confirm this alleged claim? That's why we have to understand that revelation in two ways. One way is, anybody? How do you define revelation?
A discovery.
It's revealed to you, and it's. I feel like it's two-way.
Yeah, it revealed to you who? Who reveals what to me? Who reveals?
I reveal it to myself. I don't think anybody. I mean, I don't know the roles of prophets. We're not going to talk about.
So,
this right now.
do you know the reality
There's a
of the
messenger.
word, or do you think that you are the one who needs to learn what the reality of the word is?
I'm the one who needs to learn.
You cannot reveal anything you receive.
Right.
But when you receive something, then as if it sparkles something in you and you develop. But you have to receive. How are we receiving the revelation? And who, from whom?
Through the
So-
messenger.
Things are revealed through manifestations.
Sorry? Things? Yeah,
For lack of a better
Yeah.
word or a better term, I'm using the word.
doesn't
things.
matter, yeah.
But it is something that is being revealed to you. How is it being revealed?
Who is revealing?
Who is revealing to
Human beings.
me,
Yeah.
you, all of us?
Yeah. How?
But how?
Hmm.
Manifestations?
Yeah, manifestations where?
Everything around us.
Shall we make it very simple? Because when I ask the question, as if it looks so sophisticated or complicated. No, we have to see this world as a place or as a thing through which its maker is revealing his qualities to conscious beings with intellect. Does it make sense? Yeah. If you don't know something, if somebody comes and speaks to you, as if it is revelation to you, because something you didn't know is being revealed to you, and you come to know now. So when the creator, by acting, which means by creating the universe, makes a revelation. Another way, maybe he made me with the ability to speak and understand the speech. So he also, the one who made me with the ability to understand the speech, may speak to me. He made me with the ability to understand the speech, may speak to me and expected to speak to me. Yeah. So when it speaks to me, what is it? Revealing what I don't know. So if I am happy, with what is revealed to me through the creation, I will say, if I discover something from it, it will be a revelation for me. And this text says, your mind is given to you to be used as a tool, as a key to treasures. Treasures, what is behind the creation. It means what the creation brings to me. Why?
So what's the treasure?
Yeah. The
Is
qualities.
it the understand or the connection with the creator or belief?
No, the
with the community that believes
treasury
in
is, okay.
Isn't it like the other reality of things? Isn't that what he's getting at? So it's, the mind became the key to treasuries, so if we use it with this particular understanding, then he's gonna say, pain is pure pleasure, transience is the door to permanence. So it's the apparent world in one way, it looks a certain way, but then once you use your faculties to get.
Discover the treasury, treasuries hidden in creation, in existence. Hidden in creation, hidden in existence. That's why the mind is given to us. We use it in other ways, some waste it mostly. We don't really use our mind to discover the treasures hidden in creation.
Correct. The heretofore undiscovered, unseen things appearing
Yeah.
in the light.
In the light of?
To you, to me.
In the light of? Where is it? In creation.
Creation.
In the work itself. Very simple. We don't think that the creation is revelation. Because we love sanctifying the things. So revelation is a sacred book or something you cannot really touch. Yeah, it's so sacred. You may touch it, but we have to be careful. Even some people say you cannot really pronounce it, utter it in your tongue. So sacred causes alienation. But the very existence itself is the revelation of its own maker.
The manifestation.
Yep, of manifestation of the qualities
of
the creator. So when you discover through the creation what you discover, what is not known to you, who is the maker of the universe, that is the treasury. Now you found the treasury, because universe in its nature is just like a mirror, reflecting the qualities of its maker, but in and of itself has no quality. By itself has no quality. You get it? You can also see. Yeah? That's why we have to discover the treasuries hidden in the creation through using our human mind, intellect, whatever you call it. The name is not important. Human qualities. They are tools. If you don't use them, they get rusted.
Isn't it true that there could be something that you didn't see before that is right in front of you or right under your nose? And then you discover this thing that was so evident, so close to you that you didn't realize it before, and now you do.
Yeah, that is a treasury if you realize it. When you realize it, because it is a treasury, because the things are transient, and you found the permanent through them. But without using your mind, without using your intellect, you cannot discover. So we have to be human beings. We have to use our human qualities in order to find the treasuries. So you cannot find the treasury if you don't use your human qualities. If someone says, you've got to have faith, you shouldn't reason, it means you cannot really find the treasury, but you've got to have faith. But it's contradiction. Do you understand?
But those abilities in you are God-given abilities.
Given, what is it? Yeah, what do you mean by it?
Your sight, your thinking, your senses,
Yeah, your
Reasoning.
sight, your thinking, your senses, your reasoning, your feelings, your human qualities. We have to use them. We have to use them. That's how religion starts, or that's how belief starts. Without this, belief is baseless because it doesn't have any base in your existence. So if someone said, I'm going to give you a lecture about religion, and then why do I expect from this person? So give me some lectures or sermons which makes me feel elevated, which makes me feel saved. You are the good one, you are saved. We say, oh, it's very beautiful. If it is accompanied with the music, it's double beautiful. Thinking, reflecting, using the tools, finding out the hidden treasures in the creation, revealing the qualities of its creator. How can you say that I found peace? Peace on what? Take your chair. Take your chair.
There's a chair.
Ah, there is one. Okay. Sorry. You are lucky guy. You see? You are the last one, you got the best plan. It's good to, sometimes it's good to be late. So, this seems to be very simple, but unfortunately it is not the fashion. So it is not the fashion, so we don't get, can you imagine that going, for example, investigating something in the lab, it's a religious activity? Do you really believe that? Working in the lab? Or going out for, I don't know, for pleasure, to a forest or somewhere, countryside. What are you doing? It's a religious activity. What? Is there any mosque there? Or a church? I know. Everything is the place where the Creator manifesting his hidden qualities to us, we are going to discover them. When I found the Creator, it means I found my Creator. Do you see the difference? If I found the Creator of a tree, it means I found my Creator, which means I attach myself to him. We will come there, hopefully. Hopefully, we will come there. I find my own source of existence. So I attribute my source of existence to him. So I have to discover. So the second type of revelation, maybe, now that's why Eric said allegedly. So maybe the speech of the Creator rather than act of the Creator, action of the Creator, maybe plus speech of the Creator plus the action. So I have to listen to him, and if he helps me to discover better what is hidden in the creation, then I will see the compatibility between what is said and what is done. So I confirm it with a peace of mind and peace of heart. I will say, yes, I understand who my Creator, who my owner in this world is. Yeah? Amelie? Did you serve your wife? Did you or something? Yeah, this morning you got a prize. Okay, you have to learn. So, did we get this first line now? Or the first line of the couplet? The mind became the key to treasuries. The sea transients is the door to permanence. Oh. Now, somebody will serve it. So, transience is the door to permanence. But how are we going to reach the permanence? There are two ways. One is to do a lot of religious activities, so you will be rewarded with permanence. That's one way. That's one way. That's what we keep hearing. But this man says it doesn't exclude that. But the first condition, the fundamental condition is someone may share the text. Somebody dropped tea on the She did it? Oh, it was her mistake. Okay. No, it's all right. If anybody wants to have. Okay. So that is what they say. This is what usually is the rhetoric all about. You have to do a lot of good actions so that you will get a permanent reward in the hereafter, although you have to suffer here, of course. And then as a result of your suffering, God will send you the bill or the reward because you suffered a lot. So God becomes the one who makes people suffer. If he is my Lord, why does he make me suffer? Yeah? So can you imagine the one who created me to make me suffer? Can you imagine? So do you think which kind of creator he is? I didn't want to be created, and he created me and make me suffer. So there's something wrong there because my heart is not comfortable with it. As a human being, I want a Lord who takes care of me, right? And who provides what I need. That's how I am. And these feelings are given to me by whom? By my mother. So this answer this question. Whoever made me with this heart which wants to be comfortable with my creator by being a good creator to me, not a creator with tortures, right? So we have to get rid of this understanding of suffering, which is not according to human heart, which is created by my creator. Okay.
I know we've touched upon this subject before, but like you mentioned, it's sort of something that doesn't sit well in the heart. If we do believe that the Creator is not intentionally trying to make us suffer, yet suffering is though a reality of our experience here. And
well, just a minute. There's a lot of we do believe. Why do you believe? How do you believe? First, that the Creator did something. So through your own experience, do you like to be suffered?
No.
So how do you believe that the Creator makes you suffer?
So then what is the cause of feeling that?
Which one?
So if our feelings are given to us by our Creator, but we feel like we're in a state of suffering.
No, okay.
That's
our job now. That's our job now. How we should see that concept which says you are in the state of suffering. Is it the state of suffering? The question, ask. So come to this sentence now. The transience is the door to permanence. The transience is the door to permanence. How do you reach the permanence? Let's ask a question. Is there any way for you and me that I have a creator if I did not realize, if I did not notice that I am created? Is there any way for me to understand the creator if I didn't know that, if I didn't realize that I am created? Is there any way? If you are not created, who's the creator? If you think that you are powerful for yourself, that your mind belongs to you, your eyes belong to you, if you think, is there any way to understand that you have a creator? They all belong to you. Where do you get this idea of creator then? If it is given to you, you look for it. If you say, oh, no, well, eyes are given to me. Somebody made me with eyes. So you have to say, who gave me? Who gave them to me? Then you investigate it. So the nature of this creation is made, or if you like, designed in a way that through its being transient, we reach permanence. We understand permanence. So whoever sees that this transience is the source of suffering is, if you like, mischieving his understanding of himself. It cannot be regarded or understood in the way of suffering. For example, death is the worst scenario, isn't it? Death. For the human being, I may have some disease, or I may be poor, etc. But when it comes to death is end of everything. Can you see that death is a suffering, or death is a means that human beings realize with the permanent creator, the source of their existence? So my perception of death, if my perception of death is, it is very bad, I am suffering from death, then I think my perception is wrong. Through the transience, only through the transience that I realize the permanent. That's how I am. That's how my creator is really making me realize that I have to find the permanent. Who is the permanent? Is there anything permanent in this universe? So if you don't, you say no. So if you don't see that human beings are made, created with the ability to realize the permanent only through transience, then the transience becomes a means of finding your permanent creator, permanent source of existence. So we have to use it. If we don't use and make this life my ultimate goal, health is my ultimate goal, my life is ultimate goal, the universe is my ultimate goal, to get the things from this universe is my ultimate goal. If you turn this work as your ultimate goal or object of worship, what you end up with, as they are leaving you, as they leave you, you suffer. The suffering comes from our perception or misperception of existence. The purpose of the existence of human beings, the purpose of the existence of the universe is to discover the treasuries behind the existence of this universe, which are the qualities of God, and get to know them. So if I, for example, if I say, okay, this cup of tea is my ultimate aim, I have to get it and it will satisfy me. That's a misperception. Tea doesn't satisfy you. Tea is a means to get to know who the owner of the tea is, how generous he is. If you say, I'm going to get the tea and it will satisfy me, that's my purpose, what happens? When the tea is gone, you suffer. You don't suffer because tea is gone. You suffer because of your perception of the tea. So because of my misperception of my life, my being, the existence of the things, objects around me that I want to get and obtain them, but the nature of the creation is such that there is nothing in this universe which is permanent. We know that. Although they may last longer than our life, but still we know that they're transient because they have a beginning. Anything has a beginning, definitely will have an end. They are transient. So either with the perception, with our perception, we can see everything in the universe as a source of suffering, which contradicts my human nature. Can you imagine living in a world of suffering? Nothing is this, nothing really brings you the good news, pleasure. So whoever made the universe is a thing or a person who loves torturing human beings. That's what it means. Do you think that the universe is made, look at the universe in general, made by somebody who loves torturing human beings? All the beauties and some small things annoys us. We understand. We are not denying that. But the whole existence of the universe is so awesome, so beautiful, so pleasurable that the maker of this universe cannot be a thing or a being who really loves torturing. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm tortured. If I see the world as the universe in its entirety as a source of suffering for me. But the transience or transient nature of existence is a message for me. So that I have to question it because it goes against my nature. Transient nature of existence. It goes against my nature. I say, no. The one who created the universe cannot be the one who creates the universe in order to torture me, put me in contradiction to what I am seeing. Am I making sense so far? Huh?
But I have a question. Can I ask you a question? There's something I'm not understanding. I mean, I think I understand everything you're saying. It's just, it's harder for me to grasp it when I think of people in extremes like torture, rape, cancer, things like this. And then you're saying that because of your perception, you're seeing this as suffering, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
So
it's not suffering.
Yes, so this is really hard for me to grasp when I think of it like this. So maybe you can explain more.
Yeah, no, we can explain together. So you are looking at how many people are there in the world? 6 billion?
I think it's 8 billion.
Oh, the number is increasing. Okay, let's say it's 6, 7, 8 billions. And what is the purpose of existence, do you think? What? We have to analyze it. Who made us and for what? To make us suffer? Or in this world to discover something, become aware of something? So we have been given intelligence, we have been given the capacity to question, go beyond the things, interpret them, right? So not only the cancer suffering, what is the ultimate purpose of my existence in this world? Since I'm going to die. What is the ultimate purpose of the existence of this universe since it is going to come to an end? So we have to understand that what is the wisdom behind them? Am I being trained, for example, when a teacher teaches, a professor teaches, and then one day comes and said, okay, it is your turn now. I know nothing. Here are the questions. Answer them back to me. You say, look, you are a teacher. Why do we put more tests now? It's not a test, it's a training. Yeah, what you have grasped so far, what you have not. So everything is for the purpose of teaching you something. What do you think our Creator is teaching me? Do you think He teaches me by torturing me or making me realize what my reality is? So we have to understand that. Yes, there is death. Yes, the world is transient. Yes, for example, I used to hear like you, maybe you are wearing a glass, like, do you wear a glass? Wear a product glass? Okay, like Eric. So, but now I can't. Without this, I can see. Do you think the Creator is torturing me because taking my eyesight away? Slowly, slowly? What do you think? Do you think the Creator of the universe will torture me by taking my eyesight slowly, slowly? Or what should I do with this reality that my eyesights are going away? What is the purpose of existing in this world, do you think? Look at the universe in general. Of course, there are some points which attracts our attention and we are not happy with it. So we study that as well. Why there are some things that we don't like. So we don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to die. I don't want to disappear. I don't want to really perish away. Really, I don't want to be old. Why do you think I'm getting old? Why do you think I will perish away one day? Definitely. What is the purpose in this type of creation? To torture me or to teach me something? The intellect is given to us as a key, to be used as a key and open the doors of treasuries. What are the treasuries here? If this world were not transient, if I wasn't getting old at all, if I was created in a way that I don't get at all, I don't lose any of my qualities, what would I do? I would say I am self-subsistent. I am self-sufficient. This is what I am, and I am here. So I would never realize that I'm made. When they are taken away from me, I said, I cannot keep the qualities that I have. Who's operating on me? Who's operating on me? If I define that the ultimate purpose of life is to entertain ourselves in this creation without realizing the source of the creation, then as the things are, as they are ephemeral, transient, as they leave me alone, I feel that, no, like a child. I don't want to give my toys away. Right? Do you have any niece or young? Did you get any present to them? What you give them? When you give the present, the toy, they get it. Until they get the toy, they look at it, they smile at him, get it. When they get it, can you take them back? They don't see their children. They don't see that it is the one who gave it, who gave the present to him. So the child, we are children. We have to grow. We have to acknowledge, mine is given to me. The senses are given to me. Even the senses which are not happy with some events are given to me. Given to me. I cannot say that I own them. The one who gave me is training me, educating me. Through taking them back, you are not the owner. Know yourself. So know who the owner is. Let's make the, if you like, cards clear. You are the created one. I am the creator. You get to know me, and we will study this if we have to. You have to identify your existence with my creatorship. It means I am created by the one who creates the universe. That's how we are learning. Some of us learning in this way, in other ways, others are learning in another way. That's we are learning. So we rather than criticizing them, reacting them, we have to use them as a means. They are the opportunity. Most of the people who say, oh God, I understand that you are my Lord and I am not my own Lord. Yeah, I cannot really hold my own health. So I want to be healthy, but I cannot help. I cannot guarantee my health. I am not my own Lord. So those people who are who keep hearing that you have to be your own boss, you can't. Yeah, you can't. You want to be your own boss, you can't. This is the universe. This is not only this small world. This is not only the thing that I have something hurting in my body, disturbing me, or some people seem to be undergoing a severe torture. Yeah, we know that there are wars and people kill each other. Yes. What we have to do? Wrong. Stand against it. And don't get involved in it. Never support them. And know that it is against the will of the creator of your sense. Don't say that I don't like wars. Say, my creator doesn't like war. Why? How do you know? Did you get a message from him? Yes. How? He created me with this sense. Be honest to yourself. So we are created to get to know the source of our existence. Simple.
So this is distinct from the suffering we cause each other then, right?
So because?
This is different. This is a separate, all that you're saying right now is separate from the suffering that humans cause each other. Is that?
They are mistakes, human mistakes.
Okay.
Complain humanity, or human beings, not humanity, sorry. Complain those people. Tell them your creator didn't create you with this ability. You are misusing your ability. Tell them you are disobeying your creator. Right? That is the feeling we have. This is given to us. That's why we have to stand against transgressions, against wrongdoing. Why? We have been given this ability by my creator. I have to support the truth. I have to support, for example, innocent people's case. That's how we are created. By doing this, we have to be very careful not appropriating these qualities to ourselves, saying that I am a good man, I am a good person. I am always on the side of innocent people or oppressed people. I am a good man. No, what we have to do is we have to use these feelings in order to acknowledge who the owner of these feelings is in reality. Then, yes, in the name of God, I am doing that. In the name of my creator, I am standing against transgression. That's why when you are really standing against transgression, it shouldn't be your egoistic attitude. It should be in the name of God. So you have to be a God-conscious person while you are doing something. So if you do it for example, here I am, while I'm here, no one can do anything wrong. I can just chop his head. That is not really what is expected from us. In the name of God, according to the will of God, yeah. So we have to do it with God consciousness, not egoistically. Now, that is also our way of treating ourselves. So from the transience is the door to permanence. So the transience, or this word being looking like as if it is the source of suffering, is not the source of suffering. We have to understand that. It is the way how we learn who our creator is, who the creator is. So our perception needs to be revisited, if you like. So think about it. We have to think about it again. So in the creation, in reality, that's what shall I use some slogans? In reality, there is no transgression or there is no suffering in creation, but there are people who cause transgression. It means there are people who are transgressors. But in creation, there is no transgression. Do you understand the difference? Is it clear?
Can I ask a question just to clarify that point? So when this is going to sound weird, but if, say, people die because of a hurricane or because of whatever, that is not transgression, that is not suffering, because the purpose of it is not to make them suffer, it's actually to lead them to realize who the creator and the purpose of life is. However,
we don't own it.
Yeah.
No.
However,
by making me realize that I cannot guarantee my own being existence, so who is the owner? That's why we shouldn't jump from there. Realize yourself so that you realize who your owner is. Yeah.
Right. So the event caused the people to suffer in a way, whatever material way, or die. Let's say die. The same people, the same amount of people were killed in a war by other people.
Mm-hmm.
The same event took place. Say it's the same kind of amount of death, but that's transgression because the people who killed them are not teaching them anything. They're basically transgressing their rights.
Their aim is not to teach people. For example, I come to you and kill you, saying that I am trying to make you realize that you are a transient being. That is my misuse of free will.
Right. So even though the event is the same, since the purpose is very different, that's
because I am misusing my free will. But the creator, when the creator does it, not exactly misusing, teaching me, he has the right, because he is the one who created the universe. He is the one who is the teacher, but I may be the transgressor. But he is the teacher. That's what, then you can even blame the creator because he created this universe on a transient base. At the end, he is the murderer of everything, seems to be. Do you understand? No. But as if he is going to kill all human beings, he will. He does. He has been killing all human beings, and also the forests and animals. Billions of animals are killed every year. In the creation, the purpose is just to show that this is transient. But this world is a transient world. But if I use my free will in order to give any harm to you, I am misusing my free will. So my purpose is not to teach you that you don't really own yourself. So I don't own the universe. Do we understand that? I am not the owner of the universe. I am here as a student to learn who my Lord is. So, for example, do you think a student may come and take your textbook and pull you away from the class, etc.? You say no, but the teacher does, because teacher has a name. Because teacher, by definition, is the person who acts as a teacher to teach you something. The owner of the universe is the teacher. I'm not. By doing something harmful to you, I am really exercising my ego. That is different. So creator's right, he is the owner of the universe. I'm not your owner. I cannot do any harm to you. But your owner, that's how the universe is, to introduce himself to me so that I will get to know him and I will know who my Lord is, and I will know ultimately whom I belong to. Explain my existence. Explain my existence. And who am I? That's what we are trying to do. And that is the most essential religious activity, to know who you are. to know who we are. So let's go a bit faster, inshallah, hopefully. The spark of perfection died. Now, that's the what we are talking. The spark of perfection died in this world. For the people of guidance, or for the people who are not heedless, the spark of perfection dies in this world. There's no perfection. So how can we be perfect? It's an open question. Everybody discuss about this. Let's not let only the secular people talk this kind of realities, this kind of matter.
That's like past tense, right? Died.
Yeah, something says that. The spark of perfection died. Okay, for the person who is guided. Yeah. Okay, past tense. All right. So when we say, what do we mean by we have to perfect ourselves? What do we mean by it? How can you perfect yourself?
Photoshop.
Sorry, couldn't understand.
The computer.
You know Photoshop?
Photoshop. That's louder. Thank you. So using the Photoshop. That's what we cheat ourselves, yeah? So how can we perfect ourselves? Yes.
Oh, sorry, I'm not sure if this will answer, but isn't it
Go on,
like...
Sue, go on.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
right, yeah.
But I think as human beings, we're flawed as it is. So just to be able to realize that we're flawed and will never be 100% perfect, I think we always try to attain perfection in a certain level, but I think in my definition, it sounds like to be able to realize that we cannot be perfect, but we try our best so that your I guess aspiration to attain perfection in this world maybe.
How? The question is how?
That's why I said I'm not sure.
So all right. We will carry on. We will investigate further. How can we be perfect?
Self-sustainable? Like
Sorry?
when you're self-sustainable, you don't need anybody else around you. You don't need anything around you.
You are perfect.
Then you're perfect.
Okay. For example, tell me one thing that you don't need anyone else.
I don't think that exists.
There's no way. Even I cannot help you. No one can stop you from getting old and neediness. How can you be perfect? Do you think we shouldn't be perfect? I believe, just open a little bit way for you. I believe that we have to be perfect, but how? So the secularist people usually say, the way of perfection is, if you do good things, etc., etc., etc. But let's be more realistic and define our way of perfection on an existential level. It means the very firm foundation. How can we be perfect? Is there any way that we can be perfect by ourselves?
Well, I mean, I guess what's our definition of perfect in the first place?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
The problem is there. What does being perfect mean? When you define it, you find it, you get the answer. So how can we be perfect?
Yeah. I don't know, I guess we have to look at, if we say we're created.
If we realize,
Yeah.
not say.
Okay, so.
The saying is nothing. Yeah, if you really realize it. So if you realize.
If we realize we're created, then we would have to look at the whatever message we have from, if there is one that we can see, we would have to try to find the reason for existence from the creator.
So we have to find, I couldn't follow your language. Say the same thing
We would have to
slowly.
look to our source of existence for that answer.
So
For the definition, that's what I'm saying.
So-
Try to get to the definition.
perfection, we cannot be perfect by ourselves. But if we realize the source of our existence is perfect and define my existence according to my owner, then I become perfect. How? Because he's perfect. My creator is perfect. Can you imagine? If you realize that your creator is the owner of this universe, who can be perfect? What can be more perfect than the creator of the universe? Whatever the good qualities we see in this universe are all from him, from the creator. So he is the perfect one. If you try to be perfect by yourself, within yourself, it is impossible. Why? Thank God that we are created with this impossibility. So when you get ill, don't want to. But when you get ill, when you get old, yeah, when we are ready or on just wedge of death, an edge, on the verge of death, we have to say what? The Muslims say what? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We belong to God. We are going back to him. It means I realize that my creator is giving me existence and taking my existence from this world. So I am given existence by him, and my existence in this world is taken away again by him. So I come from the same source, and I'm going back to the same source. So I can reach perfection only by, if you like, in my understanding, not physically, annihilating my existence. As far as I am concerned, my power is concerned, it means I have no power to keep my existence. Or who can keep my existence then? The one who gave me existence. And if you like, throwing myself into his existence. I belong to him. Then I belong to him. What used to be, historically, people used to feel security in their affiliation to their tribes. That was the problem that the Prophet Muhammad struggled with. No, you cannot really attribute yourself to your tribe and find eternity in your tribe. You will die and all the members of your tribe will die as well. This is not the solution. We call it, they were polytheists, blah, blah, blah. No, it was the problem of existence. So they were proud of their tribes. They really tried to gain their virtue by being belong to a certain tribe. So all the culture was based on tribalism and tribal competition. Wars were on tribal competition. Literature was said or used on tribal competition. It was stupid, silly thing, fake. The Prophet says, no, you can find your virtue, your value only by attributing yourself to your creator, not the tribe. So tribalism seems to be a simple event, but if you look at the background where the Quran first revealed, tribalism is the main problem. So we say, how do you identify your being? No, I'm working for I would say for a company, it's very powerful, yeah, billion company. So I'm working for the state, or the state is so strong, etc. Or how do you really secure your existence? By attributing our existence to the one who is the source of existence, which is God. That's how we define God, the creator, the source of existence. So you can perfect yourself only by attributing yourself to the perfect one. I belong to him. I myself belong to him. My existence belongs to him. Can you imagine the owner of the universe will waste your existence? Can you imagine? My body runs, but how about my ideas? How about my feelings? How about that? Because I am not only, I don't consist of body only. Can you see yourself as body only? Who says? Yeah, if someone doesn't torture you, but tells you, but with your body, the physical, something physical, but tells you something insulting or good one, whatever, you communicate with them. So do you think we consist of only material body, or we are human beings? So my body, if you like, perishes or rots in the grave. My humanity, it's called soul. Soul is of the nature of law. Something like, for example, a frozen piece of ice here. So we say there is a law of freezing. Yeah? When the frozen piece of ice melts, do you think law of freezing disappears? No, it's an independent thing. It's another thing. So a frozen piece of ice represents my body. But my soul represents, we call it law of freezing. So my body disappears, but my spirit never. My spirit never. It means he put my spirit, my soul into this body and subject my body to transience. And is training my spirit now. Realize that you cannot own your own existence. This body doesn't belong to you. I gave it to you. He is endowed our soul with how many different kinds of qualities, senses, emotions, how many? Millions. They all need to be trained. They all need to get to know who their Lord is, owner is. That's what we are here. That's why we are here. We have to start from here, start from this. And then the religious activities, etc., comes later. We have to have this base.
I have a question. So I have to bring in a little bit of what I've learned growing up as a Muslim into this. I know that's not popular here. To ask my question, I have to.
Yeah, okay.
So growing up, and from my understanding, most Muslims growing up learned that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, was the perfect man. And from my understanding, this is because he always did what was morally right. So, but my question is, from everything you're saying, perhaps he was considered the perfect man because he understood that he fully belonged to God, or he developed that sense as he grew older in a special way. Would this be correct? Or
yeah. So
okay.
He did all right. Yeah, he is the perfect man because he did all, whatever he did was right. What is right? What is right? If you do something, but any action, let's say some good things, whatever, help somebody, whatever, okay? Neither ones, all right? But if you do it as yourself, in your name, I am a good person, is it the right action? That opportunity is given to you in order to what? To know that this sense of doing right is given to you by the one who is the right. So Muhammad's perfection is not because he did something right. He did what we know right in the right way. Use them as a means of acknowledging, recognizing the source of the right attitudes given to him by the Creator. So if Muhammad did, for example, helped 1 million people, okay, saved them, okay, not millions, okay, but not in recognition of the Creator of that sense, giving the opportunity by him. He's a right person? No, he's a liar. Yeah? He's a thief, stealing the property of God, attributing it to himself. He's a treasoner. How do you say? Traitor. He's a traitor. He's a traitor. So we have to understand, because as you are right, you said, in a cautiously, because I come from a wisdom background, my family told me this, you're right. So if we really see that Muhammad is a perfect man, because he did this and this and this, all good things, right? And not realizing that he all did all the things that we are told in order to acknowledge or realize who his Lord is not Muhammad. What we learn from the message he brought to us is we are studying one verse, just one verse, La yuhibbul afilin. So if he didn't do it in order to acknowledge his Creator, he is a, what was it? Traitor. It means that is dangerous. You know why? To realize this is dangerous. Why? Because as people who claim to follow Muhammad, when we do something good, we have to do it in order to acknowledge the Creator. Don't attribute it to myself and be proud of it. But we don't like it. We Muslims are good people. We are always doing the good things. Do you understand the contradiction? So ego wants to own the goodness to him. What we learn from the teachings of the Quran, all the bad things, hurricane, etc., to God. So we are trying to correct the things, but from time to time, calamities are created by bad God. We are good ones. So he destroys what we have done. That's the misconception that we have to struggle. We have to understand. We have to study. It's not easy. We have to think. Really, we are very clever, Eugene. We are very clever when it comes to our profession. When it comes to religion, what I feel, we are part-time attendees. We listen, that's what they say. When it comes to profession, we never say what they say. Is it really true? Let me calculate it, let me verify it. Right? When someone gives you money, you say, this is $360, for example. What do you say? You check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, count it. And 360. And we say, oh yes, that's 360 now. I accept. Okay. You own 360 and you paid, I sign it now that I received the money. What we do, we verify it. When it comes to religion, we become stupid. I'm angry there. Okay, that's my father told me. We don't verify it. We don't question it. We become stupid. When it comes to worldly affairs, we are the most smart people. Go to a Bengali shop and try to cheat the man. Impossible, Eugene. They are so smart. Impossible. Yeah. When it comes to religion, alhamdulillah, we are Muslims. Why? That's what we are told by our forefathers. This contradiction must come to an end. Otherwise, religion is a false claim. It's hard,
Can I ask a question?
As a Muslim. Okay, of course, of course.
So was it at all within the realm of Muhammad Muhammad's message to teach us about what's right? Like you talked about two levels of right. You talked about right as in, doing, giving charity or whatever, but that doesn't really count at all unless your attitude is right. And
Yeah.
if your attitude is not right, then that right action you just did is a dishonest action. It should be taken accountable for because you claimed it to yourself.
Yeah.
So did he teach us about any of that right, or is it all about this right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does it matter at all
Yeah.
what? Okay, well, you got that. Because the Quran also talks about like you should give charity.
Of course. But the Quran says, "Amanu wa aminu salihan." For the believe and act accordingly. So believe and act accordingly. Why do you separate them? Belief is here, action is there. No. Action must be the extension of belief. It means action must be driven from the belief. If it is not from the belief, if it is not the practice of that belief, it is not action, it's not amal salihah. It is an amal, it's an action.
Yeah.
It's not salih. I keep saying that. What makes an action good is the belief connection of it. So we have no right to claim ownership over the actions we are doing. We have to do the action. For example, this brother wants to chewing gum. Okay. This is mine, let's say. And do you need to chewing gum?
Yes.
Okay. Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So you see, I helped my brother. Now, through this action, I should experience the giver of this sense to me that he wants me to acknowledge him as the one who loves helping. So I belong to the one who loves helping. So if he says, thank you, you say, don't thank you. What do we say in Islamic culture? If someone says to you, shukran, you say, afwan, astaghfirullah. What does it mean? No, it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean. Who was my creator? You are mistaking it. It means. But the Egyptians use all the afwan. Yeah. Listen, shukran, afwan. We don't know what it means. Yeah. So, look at this one. Look at this one now. The civilization. Thank you. You are welcome. It means, okay, I deserve it. You say, okay, I deserve it. But Islamic civilization tries to teach us, if you understand. So, shukran, astaghfirullah, afwan. Please forgive me, it is not mine. You understand the civilization difference? Okay. We have some time. Okay. Now, the spark of perfection died. There is no perfection in and of itself in this world. Try to perfect yourself by finding your creator and attributing your qualities to him, using them in his name. That is perfection, because you found the perfect one. So, but behold, the Son of Beauty, of course, that's what we studied. But behold the Son of Beauty, which means when we really understand that there is no perfection in this world, we find the Son of Beauty. It means permanent. This is a metaphor. I've seen some perfection here in the mirror. The universe is like a mirror. It's a metaphor. Like a mirror. You see some lights reflecting in it. But you understand that the mirror has no light from itself. It is just reflecting it. right? This is a good metaphor, actually. For me, it makes sense to me. Everything in this world reflects what the source is sending to it. So when you understand that we or none of the creatures can be perfect at all, they are all subject to death. Well, they cannot be perfect. So this is the mirror. So in the mirror, when you look at the mirror, you see some good qualities, but they disappear. You understand that, the source is reflecting, manifesting, just making itself known to the conscious beings. So this sentence says, "Behold, the Son of Beauty." As soon as now, let's understand this, if you like, formula. As soon as you understand that there is something, good things are coming out of this, reflecting from this mirror, something nice, awesome things are going on in the universe, something nice, sounds wonderful. Then you understand that the glass, the mirror, cannot be the source of these qualities. Yeah, it means the mirror cannot be perfect because it is not the source of any quality at all. It is just reflecting. So you only then you understand. You need to turn your head. This is the mirror. I am looking at it. The universe. There are some good qualities manifesting there. So when you look at this cannot be the source of this. For example, I see the screen, TV screen, and you know that it is not from it. Somewhere else is coming. And it just demonstrates that. When you realize that the screen is not the source of the broadcasting or whatever is broadcasted there. When you realize it, what do you say? What do you understand at the end of this realization? Where is the source? Where is it coming from? We ask this question, where is it coming from? Then you find that it's a mirror example. You know, you say, oh, there's something, light is coming here, but the mirror itself cannot be the source of the light. I understand it itself is breakable and there's no production there. There's no power to produce light at all. So you turn, where is it coming from? You found that the sun is sending the light. That's why this metaphor is used here. Behold, the Son of Beauty. You find the sun.
And that's the source, right? The sun?
Yeah, in the metaphor. It means that's how we should understand. It's beautiful. When we look at this universe, you say that there are good things, but the sun is like in the verse in the Quran says, God is the light of the heavens and earth. I understand. The sun is there. The Son of Beauty, I found out. How can we find out? When you see that whatever is happening here, all the qualities manifested here do not belong to anybody, including Muhammad. These qualities don't belong to the objects of this universe. They are all from here. We have to acknowledge it. Usually it's very easy for us. Our duty is very easy, just to acknowledge the reality. Don't cover it up. Don't turn your back to it. Just acknowledge it. It's so simple. It is from the Creator. It cannot be the source of its own beauty. This is the wood. So the wood itself cannot be the source of this table. There's a maker. And appreciate the designer or the carpenter of this table. Don't say that, oh, thank you, wood. You made a good table for me. It's ridiculous. So God Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. It's a beautiful verse. God is the light of the heavens and the earth. It means it's an analogy. We have to understand that everything is from him. Everything reflects itself here is from him. So attribute, if you say, reverse what? If you say, oh, the weather is nice today, from him. Weather is bad today, according to you, perception better. The perception is important. So it is from him. Do you think he is doing it and not in order to be a nasty God, the creator? Think about it. There must be a purpose. Try to see the wisdom in it. So everything is from him. So all the human qualities and actions are also created by him, but I may, I may just distort my mirror, make it, I have a free will. Yeah, I make it in another way, wrong do it in a wrong way. Or I am supposed to say that my creator has given this opportunity to me. I am just letting him manifest his quality through me. Or I may not do that. I may say, I am a good man. Yeah? I may say, be careful here, but don't misunderstand. Muhammad was a good man. Muhammad's Lord, Rabb, was a good creator. Yeah? He didn't distort it. Okay. I keep distorting the manifestations, twisting my mirror. Yeah? But he didn't. As much as he did, he didn't. Okay. But I have to say, all the beauty I see on the life of Muhammad belongs to his maker. Yeah? So what makes Muhammad is Rasulullah, messenger of God, brings the message from God. His actions also are means of bringing the message from God. His life, whatever we admire. Or the same thing is true for Jesus or Moses, whatever the figure you know historically. All the beauty you see them are the message from their creator. They are just mirrors. Nothing more than this. They are not the source of their qualities. The source of their qualities are is their creator. We have to understand, in this sense, Muhammad, Jesus, Moses, whatever, Noah are equal. So that is what we have to acknowledge.
So now we're talking about messengers, different prophets. So basically they bring the message from the source to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about in this day and age? Do we have prophets?
No, but we have, because you see that through their teaching, actually, through their teaching, we are seeing the message in the mirror of the universe.
So right now, to me,
No, it means it must be present for you. You know, if the prophet is not present for you, it's an historical hero. It's not a prophet. Prophet means the one who brings the message to you, and the message is, as long as universe exists, you can apply this message in your life. So prophet must be alive in your life, not the body. What makes a person prophet is the message he brings, the message he represents. So you have to get the message.
Okay, so it's like an abstract.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that historically they didn't happen. No, here the universe exists. Okay. Universe is what the message bearer. Yeah, they bring message to you in the form of action. Prophets are the people who are employed to bring the message to you in the form of word and their own personal action. Personal action. You have to adopt it and make it practical for yourself. So when you say, Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi, then peace be on you, O Prophet. What is that? No. What makes a person is the message he represented, and I am with this message. I am really asking Allah to give peace to his message. Because I'm happy with him. I am happy with this message. So the Prophet himself doesn't have to be with you. Let's say there's a prophet, let's say, in South America. There may be somebody. So South America, did I say, or South Africa? Which one did I say? South America. Okay. You have never seen him, but the message is nowadays you receive always in the as a text message. So what you are doing, you are getting the message from him. So although he is not with him, but he is with him, with you. Sorry. Although you are not with him, but you are with him. Do you understand? This is spatial understanding of the distance. It means he's in South America, you are here, but you are still getting the message. What are you going to do seeing the man? To look to the nose and eyes and ears. What is a prophet? It's the message, the practice of his message. If you get the practice of his message as much as you can, you are with the prophet. So apply this spatial distance to temporal distance, time-wise distance. So really, if you follow the message you received from him, as much as you are aware of it, you are following him. So you don't have to be next to each other, touch him. We said that human body has no real value. The animals have the same body.
I'm just wondering, I think maybe I'm having this problem.
So it is a problem. Yeah, I know, especially those who come from religious background. Yeah, but we have to step by step, we have to really analyze what these kind of concepts mean. So when you sit on tashahhud, when you are praying, what do you say? Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu. Now some people don't understand this and they reject it. They mock about it. We know that. But depends on how you understand it. If you say Assalamu alayka, but it means that the person himself, there's no person. That's obvious. But if someone comes and says, for example, brings the names from Egypt, Cairo, Tunis, and a present, all right? A good word, for example, a statement from her fiancé, his fiancé, sorry. Yep. And somebody else brought it to you. You read it, what do you feel? You feel, yeah, thank you. And are you with whom? With the person or with the message? So you go and the person leaves you, you are still with your message. You are happy that your fiancé is telling something nice or promising something that she will never mix up with other things, only with you. No, not yet. Okay, looking forward. Okay. You are hypothetical. Okay, so this is hypothetical. Yeah, all right. So you are happy with this message. Yeah, if someone comes to you, hi Riz, how are you doing? You say, I'm happy. Yeah. So you say, good. Yeah, I've got a message from my fiancé. So she says to me this and blah, blah, whatever the subject is. You are still with your fiancé. Have you seen your fiancé right now? Are you with your fiancé right now? No. The message came, but you are with her. That's how the prophet, belief in prophet must be living entity for us. Otherwise, you cannot be really saying, وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. It means an historical confirmation, something like declaring your citizenship to somebody. Do you understand? We have to study that. We have to work on it. Because in general, in the religious communities, they don't really, generally speaking, it's not in the culture how to believe in prophethood or messengers. How to believe. Yeah, we just say, Muhammad, look at the expression, was, because he died, was. When we read the Quran, what the Quran says, was the prophet of God, yeah? For us, was. Or the prophet of God was Muhammad, who lived where? In blah, blah. Yes, there was such a person. But the Quran says, Muhammadun Rasulullah. What does it mean? Not was. Muhammad is. When you read the Quran, Quran says Muhammad is the messenger of God. Is now. Because you got the message. The message is with you. Go back to the example. He received the message from his fiancée, or to be fiancée. Yeah. Inshallah, look how he smiles. Now, we found the right word. So, to be fiancé. So, he's happy, but fiancé is not here. His fiancé is not here. Do you follow? Does it make sense? So, we have to rethink about these kind of concepts. I think. That's why I, from time to time, say, look, don't make religion into a traditional history or ethnic culture. They don't help us. They didn't help me, and I don't think it helps you. Don't cheat yourself by saying, no, I confirm everything. It is not belief. It is just shut up. It means, what do you want me to believe in God? Yes, I did. And hereafter, yes. And Muhammad was a prophet. Of course, yes. And it means, go away, man. I don't want to deal with you. I say everything, and it means go. It's not belief. It is cheating yourself. That's why we have to come here every Saturday and brush our brain a little bit, shake ourselves. Shake that so that if an iron or steel gets rusted, what do you have to do? Scrub it first. Don't put a paint on it. The next day it will come out. It doesn't stay there. Scrub it, polish it, and then put a plaster, primer, and then you can put the paint on it. It remains. What we are doing, okay, I'm renewing my belief. How? أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. I renewed my belief. How about the rust, doubts, questions? What we do, we don't think. Eugene, you are fine because you are not coming from a business background. I believe so, right? Yeah. So those traditional religions. Yeah. So you don't have the rust. Whatever comes underneath, okay, it keeps. But we have lots of rusts without scratching them, which is called the process of unlearning. That's why I sound most of the time more critical, criticizing the traditional way of inheriting religion from your parents without making it yourself. I say, yes, you can inherit the land from your parent. You can inherit the house from your parent. You can never inherit belief from your parent. Belief must be your own property. You have to work on it. Is it hard? No. Just be open. Just be ready. Don't worry. It makes sense. Quran makes sense. Don't worry. Just to read it. Don't say Muhammad was the prophet. So say Muhammad is the prophet right now for me. But you have to have the message from him. If you don't have the message from him, you historicize the personality of Muhammad and distance him from yourself. You get it? That is an important process that we have to go through. Okay, we cannot stand. We cannot go further. Okay, two couplets we studied today. Good, two, not one. So, any further questions? We didn't solve all the problems, but we understood at least today that I think we have to take religion a bit seriously, and we have to use our human qualities seriously as far as the matters related to religion are concerned. Not only we should be very smart in our life, not only for the worldly purposes, but also for our reason of existence in this world. Why do we exist? We have to use our qualities as far as this subject is concerned as well. Why do we exist? So we shouldn't really assume being a religious person just inheriting it from or through our tradition. It doesn't work. It will never work, especially in America, never works. You will suffer from it. In a Muslim country, you can just go with the crowd and everybody is Muslim. You are Muslim, go ahead. It's all right. But here it doesn't work, especially for your new generations, those people who live here. It won't save them. We have to be realistic. Yep. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. Innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum an alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.